you got heel pain that's particularly irritating when you're running and jumping? You may be suffering from an Achilles tendinopathy. Keep watching to find out how to make it better. So your Achilles tendon is the strongest tendon in the human body, and it connects your calf muscle to the back of your heel here. So it means that you can plantarflex, walk on your toes, and walk and run in general. And a tendinopathy is any sort of tendon injury, so a tendonitis, tendinosis, any sort of inflammation or micro tears through that tendon. This sort of injury is really common in people who have just started running again, and it can really restrict how far you can run and jump and how hard you can participate in your physical activity. So here are a few things you can do to help this feel better and recover and get back into your running. Because Achilles tendinopathy is an overuse type injury, you may want to considering resting. So give that Achilles a little bit of a break, or alternatively, if you can't stop training altogether, decrease the intensity of your training sessions or the frequency, so how often you're doing them in the week. What can be useful to sort of help keep you going is some self-massage. So running down either side of the tendon, actually starting at the bottom here, moving up, and it'll be quite a tender technique, but I want you to really sort of break up any scar tissue and push any fluid back up towards your heart. And then if you're more getting a pain right on the insertion, you can also cross fiber across the back of the tendon here. It helps increase that blood flow and that healing process there directly over the Achilles. We're going to go over 3 quick stretches to help with that Achilles tightness that you're feeling. The first one is for the gastrocnemius muscle, so this really bulky part of your calf here. We're going to be using the wall just for some support, and we're going to split our legs, and it's important with this that your heel is always on the ground. I feel like people stretch too far forward and they lift the heel, which is when you start to lose the stretch. So leaving that heel on the ground, you're going to lunge forward, and you should feel a stretch in the upper part of this calf here. And you're holding that for 20 to 30 seconds, and you can do that 2 to 3 times. And then the second stretch is for the soleus muscle, so deeper and lower in that calf there. So it's a similar sort of setup, except with this you're going to leave the heel on the ground but bend that back knee, lunging forward, and you should feel a stretch lower through that calf there. And the third one that some people find a little bit stronger is placing the foot up on the wall and leaning in towards that wall, and you should feel a stretch all the way through the back here. Again, holding for 20 to 30 seconds and within your pain limits. It shouldn't be ultra painful, but you should be getting a nice stretch. Now we're going to go over 2 simple Achilles exercises to help strengthen through that area. We're going to be using a step today, so you don't necessarily have to have a step like this, but a step or a staircase near your house will be perfect. The first exercise we're going to be doing is to reduce pain in the area, and it's called an isometric exercise. So we're going to be contracting on our non-sore leg up into a heel raise, and then on our other foot, we're going to hold this isometric exercise. So there's no lengthening or shortening of the muscle in this position. And I want you to hold this for 20 to 30 seconds and repeat this 3 to 4 times, twice daily if you can. And coming down with that other leg. The second exercise, once that pain starts to come down, is an eccentric, so a lengthening exercise. So again, we're going to be going up on our non-sore Achilles, and this is where the step comes into play, and you're going to be coming down on this sore Achilles nice and slowly, nice and controlled, past that neutral level, and then we're going to be using our non-sore Achilles to lift us back up, and again coming down from that shortened position into that lengthened position. And you're doing that 10 to 15 times, nice and controlled and within your pain limits. Alright, that was some advice, some exercises and some stretches to help you with your Achilles tendinopathy. I hope that helped, guys. See you soon.